article is really wild. This is called Why I Decided to Publish Natalie Harp's Trump Letters, the author Michael Wolff. There are letters here that we will read and go over from Natalie Harp. Been big news. The president's assistant has been scurrying around him like a lovesick child, and this guy has published the story. It's really weird. So this is Donald Trump's biographer. Donald Trump's biographer is sounding the alarm on newly uncovered letters written by his lovesick aide, that's a quote, Natalie Harp, saying they offer a concerning glimpse into her extraordinary relationship with the president. These letters are a red flag, author Michael Wolff told the Inside Trump's Head podcast. I didn't know that was a podcast. The Daily Beast on Thursday published in full 2 letters Harp, 35, wrote to Trump, 80, revealing a relationship that appears to have few boundaries amid mounting concerns over her proximity to the president. Boy, this keeps happening. Isn't that weird? Isn't that so odd? How this keeps happening over and over? It's like a pattern. In the nature of their relationship, it has been weird. Extracts from the letter have previously been published, but the full text and images of the originals have never been seen. The letters, apparently written during or immediately after Trump's May 2023 golfing trip to his course in Aberdeen and Turnberry, Scotland, and Doonbeg, Ireland, were handed to Wolff while he was writing his latest book, All or Nothing, which chronicled Trump's 2024 campaign. Here it is. Dear Mr. President, I'm sorry that I was the only one left behind last night and had no idea Margot's car was also pulled over and sent back to the airport. Since I was alone in the van outside customs without my passport, I panicked and should have just called Secret Service instead of you. I also am sorry if I was an embarrassment walking the course in Scotland. The first day I was told there were no carts and people walked, which is why I walked. The second day I was specifically asked by, I forget who his name was, but one of the main people who worked there, if I could continue walking and tell the other girls, any other girls who would head out there to do the same to spare the course any more carts. If there's anything else I have done to cause you trouble, please forgive me. I know that some people have said I haven't been texting them back, and there have been some international cell issues. John was having technical issues on the plane too, so asked me to help him out. It does. We do have some desperate, lovesick teenager vibes right here. I'm not super comfortable with this. Apparently, she was scrambling across the golf course after him, and he was just driving ahead of her, and she was just fucking running behind like a dog. Dude, being a Trumper is fucking crazy. Does things to you. I want things to always be right between us. I also know I've been distracted all week, forgetting to eat throughout the days and even forgetting to sleep and only catching a couple hours at a time. Oh my God, dude. She's self-destructing. I haven't been myself, dwelling on the past, capital P, and the pain of losing my dad, trauma dumping on the fucking president, and I started letting the remarks of people who haven't bothered me before get to me, not because I care what others think, but because I see myself being lowered in your eyes and good opinion. Oh my God, I could puke. Dude, what a sycophant. That is the fear, you see, because I never want to bring you anything but joy. I'm sorry I lost my focus. You are all that matters to me. Whoa. I don't want to ever let you down. Thank you for being my guardian, capital G, and protector in this life. That's what I wanted to use this card for when you saw me at the cash register and once again did what you didn't have to do and gifted me with the mementos of this trip of a lifetime, a coming of age. I will return a better person. I have to sign off now as the cars are leaving. See you soon with all my heart, Natalie. And it looks like fucking her hands were shaking while she signed it. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? Bro, what the hell? You're an adult woman. What the fuck is this? I'm uncomfortable. Everyone should be uncomfortable. That wasn't nice. I don't like that. Does Donald have a stalker? And also, is he grooming her? Did he groom a stalker? Did he groom his own stalker? Wow. Wow. They show Harp professing her utter devotion to the president while unburdening herself about her deepest emotions and personal troubles. Wow. In the other letter, Harp tells Trump, who is more than 4 decades her senior, that she is envious of women whose only job seems to be to talk with you and look pretty. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Dear Mr. President, now this is the note, another capital. Now this is the note I wanted to write, but the apology needed to come first. It was so they were sent together. I have learned so much about myself on this trip. I also knew coming home to my roots would be enlightening, but I had no idea how much. For the first time in I don't know how long, you forced me to unplug. We could be out on the course with no machines and even forget what time it was. I didn't have to be human printer. Do they have inside jokes? I could take the time to enjoy good conversation and still get all my work done at the end of the day. In fact, I even had time to take long morning and evening walks to enjoy each sunrise and sunset, though I did forget to eat and sleep. With so much thinking time, I confess, it did have a slightly negative effect at times that I know you picked up on, but the end result, I believe, will be worth it. I had no idea how rapidly I was approaching burnout.
Step on me, queen. That sounds nice.
He did the only thing more unethical than being a stalker, grooming your stalker. Jesus. I believe in the end, it will be worth it. I had no idea how rapidly I was approaching burnout and started to envy those whose only job seemed to be to talk with you and look pretty. I want that job. So many times, I'm just trying to stay afloat with all that's coming in for you. I look like a hunchback who didn't have time to freshen up. At least you know what I should look like. What? Did you send pics, dude? What the fuck? Plus, I miss the days when you used to call during my talk show days and we'd talk about everything and nothing. I want to get back to that synergy. We shouldn't have to talk about work all the time. I've always felt like an in-betweener, somewhere between staff and those you enjoy talking to on the plane or at dinner, because that's who I used to be to you when I was a talk show host, as much as I hated that actual job. She was a talk show host? What the fuck? What talk show did she host? I wish I could hear every conversation because that's when you're having a good time getting away from it all, at least for a few moments. This lady's sick in the fucking head. This is fucking crazy. This is way weirder than I thought it was going to be, somehow. Trump needs protection from her. No, he doesn't. No. No. But after going through all this self-analysis, my conclusion, I need to reunite my past self with my current into a better version who will make you proud. This is sick. And please, when I fail, will you tell me? You have the absolute right to cuss me out if need be when I deserve it, because no one knows or cares about me more than Donald Trump? Lady. Thank you for always being there for me. I'll never forget when you made that promise to me after losing my dad, and I know how happy he is right now that I did get to go to Scotland and Ireland, as he always wanted for me to modify a classic. I could not have parted with you to anyone less worthy, and I will add, it is I who is unworthy. Woof. This person has no self-esteem. What the hell? My God, Natalie. P.S. My hands looked worse in Scotland and Ireland because the cold turns old scars purple. Still on the road to recovery. Cool. I was also insecure about my hands. Did he say something about her hands? The former OAN news anchor who joined Trump's staff in 2022 writes that she missed the days when he would call and we talk about everything and nothing before offering another striking display of her devotion to Trump. My God. This is all wrong, Wolf told co-host Joanna Coles. Just the extraordinary nature of an aide, and theoretically a lower-level aide, writing this kind of heartfelt letter to the candidate, a man running to be president of the United States. Dude, she's on the course, just chasing him down. Holy fuck, dude. She's the only woman there. She's apologizing for this right here. That's what's confusing here and what's problematic, and certainly problematic from the point of view of a professional staff, which is why I'm in possession of these letters, because they recognize, oh my God, this is a real problem. It really is. This is weird. White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles was freaked out when she discovered them.
You note in your new article that Natalie Harp never takes a day off, not even a Sunday, right? She is committed and she is indefatigable. How much does Trump depend on her?
A lot, and it's important to note, Aaron, in our reporting, that story was by Sean McCreish, my colleague, and me.
Dude,
Jonathan
she's right
and I
there.
had separate reporting in Regime Change just about how Trump views her, and part of it is, he will describe to other aides and said this during the interregnum period, that, everyone else will go off and make money. She'll never leave. That essentially she is the person who loves him as much as his wife and children.
The whole thing's gross and nasty, dude.
And she serves a specific purpose. In a White House, in a government, there are other channels, official channels of information. She doesn't provide him with his national security briefing, the presidential daily brief. She is not the White House staff secretary, which is supposed to be the last step for paper flow. She's not the press secretary, from whom certain media requests are supposed to come. She is a channel by which, as you said, foreign leaders try to reach him if they...
She helps with his fucking computer. We need a millennial to fix the computer. Other fucking world leaders text her first. That's crazy. Text my work wife, dude.
Can't some other way. She has a channel by which he reaches people he sees on television, who he likes what they are saying, or that he will just send out notes to. She is with him so much of the day during those meetings, and she is talking to him throughout the evening about social media posts. So she is a specific channel of information, but she is one that he considers very important, and so do other people outside the White House.
She's a cultist, man. The relationship here is not the relationship that should exist in a professional setting, and certainly in a professional setting with someone who has been and may well be again the President of the United States. This was before the last election. He was saying this. It would also, you would think, be someone that the Secret Service or his staff would be worried about because it would make him vulnerable to blackmail. I think it makes him vulnerable to bad advice more directly, and it makes it difficult for other people to do their job. At the very least, really, really bad management on the part of Donald Trump. Okay, tinfoil hat. Is Donald Trump getting intentionally Bill Clintoned by his own people so that they can just have J.D. Vance step in? By the way, this is an insane picture. Donald Trump has never said anything funny enough to warrant whatever the fuck I'm looking at here, okay? When reached for comment, White House spokesman David Ingle said the Daily Beast, a recycled statement. Michael Wolff is a professional scumbag and serial liar whose brain has been completely warped by a severe and incurable disease known as Trump derangement syndrome, of course. Natalie Harp's brother. Harp's close relationship with Trump took a troubling new dimension on Wednesday when MS Now reported that she went more than a year without seeking the routine security clearance West Wing staffers typically obtain. What the fuck? The Secret Service, the White House counsel's office, and the security officials grew alarmed over Harp's refusal to obtain the clearance, and Trump eventually intervened personally, sources told the outlet. She makes $150,000 a year.
So she says there he was her first exposure to politics, right? You guys grew up in the same home, the same family, so you understand where she's coming from in a way that no one else does.
Yeah, I mean,
what do you think drew her to him?
Definitely not her.
Yeah.
Well, my mom raised us with the idea that American exceptionalism was the correct way of looking at things, that the United States is the boss of the world, that, like, slavery was back then, that was normal. People weren't bad because they had slaves. And
yes,
honestly,
I do love Mayo.
And it's like Trump wants to take all those books out of schools. He wants to rewrite history. And so, like, I think that
He looks like both Wayne and Garth, true.
my sister, unfortunately, didn't break out of that delusion that my mom raised us with. And Trump is like everything that my mom taught us to respect. So I think that's where her infatuation for Trump comes from, honestly. Because I don't think it's a physical attraction.
God.
Let's get real,
Let's get real, buddy, I don't know. I don't know, dude. It might not be physical. It might be spiritual for her. Man, that really sucks. He's like, yeah, my sister's fucking crazy because my mom was.
Like, personally, I don't think so.
So when you use the word infatuation, I understand your point about the nature of it. I mean, she obviously is his assistant. They call her the human printer, right? She prints everything. She takes his social media dictation. She accompanies him on almost every trip, including when he goes to Mar-a-Lago or his golf club in New Jersey on the weekends. And she was, of course, Preston, as we're all now aware, one of the very few people who did not include the Secretary of State or Treasury that Trump took off Air Force One via that catering truck. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like that. If you're really friends and loyal to your team, why would you just go peace out and take another airplane when you think the other airplane's going to get shot down? Like,
that's fucking crazy. She was on that? That's so nuts, dude. She is fucking brainwashed. Wow.
What do you think it is about her? I mean, what do you make of how much the president relies on her? We've learned a lot, from Maggie Haberman and Jonathan Swan's new book, we've learned, right, about his incredible reliance on her at all hours of the day to post social media posts, just as one example.
Yeah. I think that Trump's best friends are people who are his fan club.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so she's his biggest fan. And so that's probably why he likes her. And like, she's good looking. She's got a good personality. Like, I don't know.
I want to ask you, Preston, something
she thinks that he saved her life. So like,
yikes.
Somebody living with that kind of gratitude, that must feel pretty good.
I want to ask you about something. I don't know.
He's trying to dance around. And he's like, yeah, this is sick shit, man.
If you knew about this, you
This is
probably
fucking
didn't.
crazy.
But we're just breaking it here at CNN this hour. And that is, two sources, Preston, are telling CNN that your sister was involved, back in October 2023, right? The context here is Donald Trump's motorcade was going to leave Trump Tower for a court appearance, And they were all getting into the motorcade.
Oh, yeah.
There was sort of a screaming match about who was getting in what car, and it turned out that there wasn't room for Natalie. So she insisted. She said no. Trump had personally asked her to come to this court appearance, so she needed to be in the car. Now, according to these sources, the end result is that your sister jumped into the trunk of one of the motorcade vehicles.
What? She was in the fucking trunk? Dude, this is unreal. This is like a fucking teenage drama. You would see this in a fucking WB show. Oh, my girlfriend's so crazy.
To go to the court appearance in Lower Manhattan.
That's really funny. I didn't even know about that.
That's really funny. Holy fuck, this guy's great.
What is your reaction to that?
That's crazy.
You're laughing, but is it funny or what? You know her, so that's why.
I'm sorry. It's actually kind of sad. That's obsession. That's like an unhealthy obsession with someone. If you're going to jump into the trunk of their car, like.
So I'm.
He's like, what do you want me to say? She's fucking nuts, dude.
Mentioned Maggie Haberman and Jonathan Swan's book Regime Change, Preston, which of course I know you've heard a lot about it, but in that. Natalie's name became known to a lot of people, right? Prior to the whole NATO plane incident, she was in the book as an important player, and her role, her importance to the president became clear. They report that she left him, the president, a series of letters in personal spaces where she told him, "You're all that matters to me," in one, and another one she writes, "I want to bring you joy." And then they say that Trump said, "Your sister is the only one who loved him as much as his wife and kids." So what is your reaction to this? Does this sound like her, or the person that you knew well, your sister?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Oh fuck.
I mean, basically.
Stop the arms shipment. Stop the war. They just cut to it and then cut away again as soon as this came back in. Holy shit. You're fucking based as hell. I fucking love this guy.
I'd say since she was like 16, she's had an obsession with gosh, how do I explain this? She's written letters to other presidents. Let me
holy fuck.
Put it that way.
And other presidents? Wait. Joe Biden? Barack Obama? George?
So like her dream came true finally.
Oh, interesting. So you're
she's 35. She's old enough to have done Bush.
Saying that she actually was very aware of politics, right? And that she had written other presidents' letters. Do you happen to know which ones or what they were about or anything, Preston, that you would be able to share here?
I didn't see the letter, but George Bush, obviously, during the Iraq War.
Holy fuck.
And did anything ever come of that? I mean, did the White House ever respond or anything, or she just sort of sent a letter?
No, they never responded.
Yeah. Now, look, I've been emphasizing here, obviously, you know her in a way that no one else does as her brother, but you are obviously estranged from her at this time.
Nah, she's 35.
But, we see those pictures of you all as children and your family. If she was listening to you right now. Is there anything you'd want to tell her?
Yeah, I love you. I hope that you change and that you wake up and you realize that everybody on this earth is part of a human family, and no country is better than any other country.
Oh.
And the history of the United States is unfortunately really sad, and it shouldn't be rewritten. We got to all come together and try to make it better.
I love this guy.
Well, I really appreciate your time.
I fucking love that guy.
And taking the time to talk to us. Obviously, you know, your sister's in a position of incredible influence and power, and that's important to all Americans. So thank you for sharing with us.
No problem.
Wow, what a fucking king. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Trump's top staff has made subtle moves to curb how much time Harp spends at the president's side, but to no avail. One source told MS Now she is just persistent and not realizing that that's what they were trying to do, the person said. Oh my fucking God. Oh, what do you mean the fucking Secret Service can't keep this lady away? Is it that easy to get near the man? Okay. Seems maybe like a security risk. I don't know. What am I? Just a guy? Should we let the crazy lady that he has groomed to be near him all times? In the background of every shot? Scampering into his fucking trunk when he's riding away? Yeah, I think we should. I think we should just let that happen. Who cares if she has security clearance? Let her see whatever. Whatever, man. Clown fucking country.